It's Marvin the Martian. Thank you, Gayla. That was a very interesting call. Max, you just have the women savagely beating down your door right now.
Well, you see, the September of my voice, it actually tickles their uvula.
I don't know what that is, but okay. It's a family show, Keiser. That sounds bad, whatever you just said.
No, the uvula is a little punching bag at the back of your throat.
Oh, okay.
It's a perfectly, benign piece of the human anatomy.
Okay.
If I said clitoris, that would have been
that's enough. That's enough. Okay, Keiser. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Look, let's take one more call for Max Keiser, the gallows humor here as we accelerate into Beelzebub's kingdom on earth, the god of this world. Let's talk to Vincent in New Orleans. You're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Alex, Max, good morning.
Welcome.
Great morning show. I like the morning show with Alex Jones and Max Keiser. It's great. I've been to Austria before, Max, and I spent some time over there, and I just love the country. How do you think Austria?
Well, first, let me say, anybody that leaves America is with Al-Qaeda, and you're unpatriotic, and you should be like most Americans and not even have a passport. How dare you, Vincent, say that you traveled to Al-Qaeda, also known as Austria, that we all know they're Taliban stronghold that hates America, and they should take their export back, Arnold Alois Schwarzenegger. But anyways, I apologize. Go ahead and ask your question of Max Keiser.
Yeah, well, I was just, I have been to Austria before. I love it. I like being able to hike up the mountains in the Alps and find that there are no grizzly bears or mountain lions, and there's a beer hall on top of it. And I just wanted to know what you thought was going to happen with Austria in the coming economic meltdown.
Well, I mean, so the question is, what's going to happen to these countries, or are these places good places for people to go to when they leave the U.S.? Because those are two.
Well, I wasn't going to put it that way, but yeah, basically, if you,
long after we're overrun by third world populations and we're all, literally running around licking the boots of the local strongman, I think they'll be on top those 500-year-old abbeys swilling ale.
Here's a breakdown on expatriation. The easiest place to get a residency, if you arrive in the country without any papers whatsoever, is Germany and the Netherlands. You can go to Germany or the Netherlands today and go to the police station, say, "Hi, I'm here," and you can establish residency immediately without any papers whatsoever. Germany, they have that huge American military base, so they're very friendly, actually, to Americans for that reason.
Rammstein.
Just has a reason. Now, if you're looking for naturalization and citizenship, Belgium, interestingly, is probably the easiest place to get on track to get a passport. You could probably get a passport in Belgium in 4 or 5 years. It is somewhat costly. If you just want to buy a passport today, there's two countries in the Caribbean. Dominica is one of them. Nevis St. Kitts is another one. It's very expensive, though. It costs $75,000 for Dominica, $200,000 for Nevis St. Kitts. Hold
on. Why do all these countries want money to come to them? If you come to the U.S., you can have your anchor baby and get it all paid for, and then run around with a Mexican flag screaming down with Gringo. I mean, can't I go to Dominican Republic and just show up and say, "Give me welfare, I pay for my kids, and I'm going to go to your soccer games and run around with an American flag on the field, and if you don't like it, I'm going to scream racist"?
Well, for somebody who's been buying gold for the last 10 years, any of your listeners that now have large gold positions, the fact is that someday you're going to be wanting to sell that gold. I don't know when that day will be, but someday you will be. If you want to avoid the tax liability, you need to relocate in a country like Dominica or one of these other countries. Otherwise, you're going to give back a lot in tax liability. So it's worth it. The $75,000 you pay to get a passport is probably net going to save you money if you've been doing the smart thing, listening to Alex Jones, and been buying gold, and Gerald Celente, who has been early and absolutely correct on the gold trends for years. If you've been doing that, just think of the arbitrage on the tax side, and you would give you a good reason why to go forward.
Max, we're out of time. We'll get to Dana, Zach, Jeff, Julio, who's been holding since last night. He called back in. We're going to get to him first, and we take calls with Gerald Celente. I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind, so we're going to get to him about 15 minutes late because we're about to play a key.
I'm doing Gerald Celente. I'm doing it for you, man.
Hey, Max, crazy times. Your monthly visit on the regular radio broadcast is coming up very soon. Thanks for being part of the 27-hour marathon 2010 Money Bomb, my friend.
My pleasure.
You're awesome. I think this is one of the best videos Aaron's ever put together showing how we're being persecuted and attacked, but also the successes we're having. It's about 10 or 11 minutes long. We come back. Hopefully we're going to have... I know he's already waiting in the wings, but we're going to have Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster, on with us. A great compliment back-to-back with Max Keiser. He'll be with us for about an hour and 40 minutes, commercial-free with Gerald Celente, taking your phone calls. And then we've got a bunch of other guests. Paul Craig Roberts joining us, former head of the policy at the Department of the Treasury, going right into the regular radio broadcast at 11 a.m. I will continue. And don't forget, InfowarsMoneybomb.com, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. This is your chance right now to be involved at supporting us in this war. This is like war bonds. The globalists take your money and then use it for propaganda against you and control. We're just asking you to give and help us expose these creatures. So 888-253-3139 or InfowarsMoneybomb.com, or just go to Infowars.com and link over. We need to get about $170,000 in the next 6 hours or so to be able to hit this goal, and I think we can do it. With your help, and we couldn't do any of this without you. So please call everybody you know. Tell them to tune in right now to the free video stream at Infowars.com and the free audio streams right there at InfowarsMoneybomb.com. Let's go to this video, and we'll come back live with Gerald Celente of the Trends Research Institute. Stay with us. I want to ask you a question. What media organization can you think of in the world that's having a bigger effect at actually waking people up to hardcore issues? Sure, Ron Paul is wonderful, and he talks about the private Federal Reserve and the inflation tax and the imploding economy that's being engineered by the central bankers. But when it comes to media, who will really tell it like it is? And who has woken more people up? The answer is Infowars.com. And that's because you, the listeners of my broadcast in the last 15 years, as we slowly built and grew this platform to get the message of true freedom and sovereignty out, have continued to spread the word about the transmission. We're not funded with federal government product placement or propaganda placement or behavior placement money, as Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC are on record with billions of dollars a year of federal money. We're not supported by the big mega corporations that want the New World Order, that is a giant collectivized corporate slave system. We don't have that support. We have your support. We are truly grassroots. And everything we've talked about, unfortunately, is coming true. I wish we'd been wrong. But we were only following the globalist-owned documents that were public. And so we've been proven right. And as we go into this critical juncture, this critical time in 2010, 2011, as we look forward, we realize here at Infowars.com, my syndicated radio show and the websites and the films, that we've got to kick it into the next gear, the next level. We've got to give our maximum effort against tyranny. There is a huge awakening taking place. Just this week, it came out that all the conspiracy theorists were right, that most of the big mortgage companies and major banks have been engaged in fraud, even repossessing homes that they didn't even have the deed to and that were paid off. Now they're suspending most foreclosure around the country. 5 major banks have completely suspended it, including the biggest mortgage holder, Bank of America. But that's just one issue. The dollar is plunging. World government is being announced. The answer to the crisis the banks engineered is to give them more power. Bottom line, we have a responsibility to intensify our operations against the globalist. And it's been your support of the radio show, the sponsors, the buying the books, the T-shirts, the films, getting them out to people that has supported us over the years. Now we want to complete our TV studio. We want to launch a big social network to get freedom lovers together. We want to do so many other things, like producing 4 films a year, not just 2. Many of my documentaries, like The Obama Deception, have been seen tens of millions of times for free online because you have supported us. We are on a mission to expose the globalists. Their crimes are so incredible, so transparent, that if we will simply expose them and resist them and continue to say no to their oppression, their system will fall apart and is already beginning to fall apart. They are not invincible. They're only men just like us. And I know that free humanity is better than these parasitical control freaks. I know we're going to beat them. But I also know we don't have a choice. Slavery isn't a choice at all. I want liberty. And so I'm going to fight with every ounce of my being, of my soul, of my spirit. We're going to have a 24-plus hour special broadcast that kicks off at 11 a.m. Central this Thursday and runs through Friday into the next live radio broadcast. It'll be live as well on Friday. And we're having the third Money Bomb. The first Money Bomb started 3 years ago when listeners began the effort on their own. I didn't really support it at first because I never really asked for donations. But that money that came in, that $300,000, really helped us expand. And the second Money Bomb helped us move into these studios and build what we've done here. We need this third Money Bomb going into this depression, going into this controlled implosion to be even bigger so that we can complete the studios and expand the overall output of key information we're putting out. We are going 110%. And if you believe in what we're doing, if you support what we're doing, spread the word about the broadcast, the online videos, the films, the news websites, and donate, whether it's $5 or $100. Every bit of that Money Bomb is going to go directly into expanding our facilities so we can challenge the corporate media at an even higher level. My friends, it is up to you the effect we're going to have. But you've seen George Soros publications like Media Matters and many others intensifying their attacks on us. You've seen the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, saying that I'm a menace and a danger.
The government, law enforcement, there are a whole set of evil agents out there. And though I don't expect to see Alex Jones taking a shot at them anytime soon, there are people out there who are perfectly willing to do exactly that.
You've seen Nightline
floating these highly charged ideas at a time when the country is already very angry and anxious, that you're making things more dangerous.
You've seen MSNBC.
When the hatred of our own elected government becomes explosive.
He maintains that he's neither far right nor far left, but his appeal to the anti-government new right is palpable.
You've witnessed CNN. You've seen them all coming after us.
I'm not calling for any offensive actions. I'm calling, like Malcolm X did, for people to be able to protect themselves in this country from scum at CNN.
As Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, then you win. First they ignored us, then they laughed at us. Now they've been really attacking us. Well, what comes next? We're going to win. It is not a foregone conclusion. It is not a self-fulfilling prophecy that we have to give in to tyranny, and that's just the way it is. Resistance is victory. Simply standing up is victory. And we've been out there on the front lines when MSNBC employees are attacking us and cutting up our equipment with knives. We have stood there and taken it and resisted when the media has lied and claimed that we're supporting cop killers. We have exposed FBI operatives like Hal Turner, who attacked me for more than a decade as a federal agent, and it came out in federal court he was a federal agent. We are under attack by COINTELPRO, by the financed fake grassroots, the Rent-A-Mob, by the corporate media, by the think tanks. The End the Fed rallies that I've been at have been surveilled by the U.S. Army. My great crew members like Rob Dew up at the G20 last year, he got arrested, taken to a FEMA facility. They had troops and police there and had bags over people's heads. It's turning out in Pennsylvania that an Israeli company was involved in surveilling members of the legislature for Homeland Security. These are perilous times. This is serious issues. And I'm going to explain it again very simply. Our success is governed by our hard work, our focus, our determination, our research. We've got that side of the equation. But the other side of the equation is you supporting us. I know there are a lot of well-to-do people out there who have pumped their money into the Democrats and Republicans and who feel like they're members of the establishment. You know you're being targeted in this implosion. You understand that we are going into a seriously authoritarian, high-tech version of slavery. And so I'm asking you, the people out there, who the federal government takes your money and then uses your own tax money to finance propaganda against you, I'm asking you not at the coercive barrel of a gun like the government does, but simply by asking that if you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in the message that you see and hear and that we're putting out, or if you even believe in true alternative grassroots media,